In today's career mode video, we'll be doing the Austrian Grand Prix at Spielberg, one of my better circuits. Can we get some points? That would be nice. You know, I mean, yeah, P10 in the last race, by the way. But one of the good news is that the specialist goal will be absolutely easy to achieve because I've got to drive no miles. Yes. So yeah, here's one. Sally's P10, 17 points, not too bad. In fact, in the money bag, bean bag, whatever it is, calling it this week, as well, all 17 points, and we are the worst team on the grid. We have got major drag reduction. That should come in time for Austria. It's going to unlock quite a few things. Major drag reduction is also available. We don't have enough points for that. We don't have enough points for anything actually. I'm waiting for this front downforce. That's a pain, them being blocked. We've all got major weight redistribution that failed in the past episode. To be fair, the aero department's a lot better than where we are on the Sashi side of things as well. We've also got weight reduction, tyre wear as well. Those three definitely be looking at in a future episode to get all of them on. We've got engine power. That's not coming till Hungary. That's going to unlock a few things on the engine side of things as well, and try and get us back towards the hot front. But yeah, that drag reduction upgrade puts us ahead of Haas as well. But look at Slauber. You know, sixth fastest team on the grid. I mean, I believe it when I see it on paper because, you know, Red Bull are the third fastest team on the grid now, and they are absolutely dominating this season. And McLaren are woeful, even though they got the fastest car. Now, we move to sprint qualifying. I absolutely, as a content creator, hate sprints. And I think it's for everyone that everyone hates sprints because they're just a pain. It's just more to record. They're a lot better in real life. Now I should point out that qualifying, I had to do my second lap there a little bit earlier. It put me P12, very good. But it has started to rain, and as I was on the way back into the pits, I crashed. Clearly, it was raining, and therefore, yes. Just got a tyre slightly on the grass, and that was it. You know, the rain was enough to put me into the wall. But it is P12 as we end up at the end of the session in Max Verstappen's garage as well. P12 is actually very good, 105.3. Of course, this is sprint qualifying. The AI only have one set of softs. We all only have one set of softs, which the AI stupidly used in the early part of the session. So yes, we're going to head nevertheless to the sprint, where it is sunny. No rain will be forecast for the 8 laps that we have today. Sprint, medium compound tyres, and yeah, did think about softs, but no. I think you know, they're going to wear too much, I'm afraid. So it will be mediums to start with. Although hindsight, maybe we should. If I was further back, maybe I'd have gambled on softs. Favourite lights for the sprint to Austria, and away we go. A bit of a hold there. What is that start for Lando? No, it's a shocking start. He didn't have a great qualifying, and now he's behind me as well. And that is not Albon. That's not Norris. Excuse me. I think that's one of the Alpines. It's not Alpine. It's Albon as well. As you can see there. One of the McLarens, that's Piastri, not getting a good start. Neither McLaren doing well. Perez as well, not having a good start as well. And they're going 3 wide. Down to turn 4, of course. Like, you know, there's just no papillones here, clearly, between Piastri and Perez as they race the two Ferraris and lose further ground on Russell. Russell as well, because that Mercedes, yes, it's had an upgrade on it, but Hamilton's only just there. Stroll goes defensive in turn 1, thank you very much, up to P10 as well. Next up will be Esti Besti in the Alpine. I think we get him, and after that it's going to be a bit of a struggle as well. Descending down here at turn 3, almost a look at Hamilton. I'm going to so I'm not going to get Hamilton, even though he's my rival. I mean, that rivalry, as far as I'm concerned, isn't going to happen. But yeah, I'm about to lose DRS. I'm able to gain it back on the break into turn 3, but the acceleration the AI have out of turn 3 is always OP compared to the players. That's Russell round the outside of Verstappen, and he takes the lead as well, and there's DRS for the next straight as well. So Russell has the lead as well. I'm going to defend the inside from Ocon. I've lost DRS, and that's goodbye any chance of points in this sprint as well. Jumping again later on lap 4. Ocon, I'm going to go down the inside at turn 10. He's still there, but thinks about sending it down the inside of the final corner, turn 11 as well. Now Ocon is right behind. Is he going to send it here at turn 1? He does have a look. I'm going to cut across, and that's going to be beautiful. And that's the gap I needed to break out, because now Stroll is got ahead of Ocon, and these two are going to squabble. And you know what happens when they squabble on F124, they lose each other time. It happens time and time again, and that's Verstappen. He's back in. He's like Thanos in this career mode. He is inevitable. You know, he's winning everything. He's on his F1. He's on his 2023 form in this career mode, driver career mode, as well as that is Perez losing a position to Carlos Sainz. Leclerc and Piastri seem to have broken away from this banner group for the final points positions as well, and that's Alonso getting past Perez as well. Down the inside to turn 5, Perez is going to be forced out at turn 5. Perez down to P7, so you know that's a few points McLaren have lost as well. And Alonso's not going to stop there. Round the outside at turn 3 on his compatriot Carlos Sainz, and it'll be Alonso who gets the better exit, and he will be the one that's up to P6, up to P5, sorry, as well. But what's happened up here? Perez is wide. He's gone off circuit, and oh my goodness, I'm going to take that point away from him. What on earth happened to Sergio Perez? Oh, it was a huge lockup at the final corner. He went straight on, and you know that was just enough to give me enough to steal that point at the final corner on the final lap away from Sergio Perez. I'm sure the McLaren overlords will not be happy about that. As well, Perez didn't get points in the last race either, so yeah, but we are competing to try and get a potentially his seat in season 3. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, back to conventional things, and we've got qualifying coming up now, and well, yes, this is where obviously things haven't quite exactly gone well. Obviously, I don't know if the AI changed the setup. I don't know if they can do, if they just stick to the default every single time. I honestly don't know. I know there in the past has been some coding where they do actively change the setup. It was the teammate copying your setup, I think, in the past. But I don't know if that what happens now. The setup that I've got on now is low wings, so I'm purple pretty much through sector 1, but then sector, as soon as we get down here, as I'm getting a lovely toe from Max Verstappen as well. As soon as we get into this section, yeah, as well, I'm 3.5 tenths up our previous best time, which is on the set of mediums. I wanted to keep the set of softs for the race as well, but only a slightly up on Joe as well, a slight better up on Ocon. Now the final sector, this has always been a poor for me, and I think it's poor for the player because the AI always still carry too much speed through the corners, and they get so much traction out of turn 6 as well, up to the line, and where will that be? Oh dear, it's P20 as well. I'm not even going to benefit from Ocon having a penalty as well, so that is very frustrating. Yeah, a little bit off there. Probably the AI needed to be down 1 for the qualifying instead of the race, but oh well, we've got a last question mark challenge to do in the race. We'll see what we can do. It's time for the race today's Austrian Grand Prix.
It's race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. We are just a few moments away from lights out, and our drivers thinking about navigating the Niki Lauda curve, as it was renamed in 2019, in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. 7 rights and just 3 left-handers make up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is flat out, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of Turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Perez, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Albon, Russell, Stroll, Bottas, Gasly, Tsunoda, Teo Porcher, Hulkenberg, Joe, Ocon, Magnussen and Phoenix. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And so we welcome you to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me for this race, and it's going to be some race, is Anthony Davidson. Well, this is the most advanced sport anywhere on the planet. How's it changed since you were last racing?
The cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was about 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometers an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance, but because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Right, back at the grid. I mean, there is literally only one direction we can go from here, so try and move forward and see if we can get something out of it.
The only way is up as well. Now, race strategies, I'm gonna do something different. The AI will probably all do a medium hard. This is going to be a bit of a gamble. I don't like the hard tyre. I think it's not very good. So it's actually going to be soft medium. I know it's a bit of a gamble, but I think I can make this work. And if there's a safety car, it gives me a chance that I will definitely be changing the tyres as well. I think the medium is definitely the faster car. It seems to be that the Delta's also a bit faster doing a soft medium and soft hard as well. This is why I saved a set of soft tyres to start the race on. I wasn't actually going to finish them, but because of this poor qualifying, I'm going to start the race on them. 5 red lights then, and away we go for the Austrian Grand Prix as well. I'm going to try and get in front of Ocon to go around the outside of the Frenchman. No, can we get around the outside? Magnussen, yes, I had to go a little bit off circuit there. Now I'm going side by side with Nico Hulkenberg. Haas, of course, the slowest team on the grid. I'm sure they'll be bringing upgrades though as well. Up at the front, poor start by Lando Norris, who's on the front run. Look at the gap Max Verstappen has already. He is going to go on to dominate. The 2 Ferraris go side by side up to turn 3. I'm going to absolutely send it. There's room on the inside there. Thank you very much. And that's a huge dive bomb. Now I'm going side by side with George Russell in the Mercedes. Side by side down to turn 4. Tried to squeeze Russell there to the inside. A little bit potentially too much there, but I have made the move up to up another position as well. Is a replay. That Bottas is there, to be fair. Trying to get a rare point for the Slauber team as well. Now you notice the 2 McLarens there battling away as well. This is what happened as well. Piastri thought about going on the inside there of his teammate, and then obviously Perez is 3 wide, takes the curbing and then loses his front end plate, and then goes to block Piastri from taking that position. So yes, but Perez of course is there. He's vulnerable though. He's got no front end plate. I'm going to send it down the inside, almost send it down the inside of Piastri as well. But Piastri is the better OP traction out that corner, and I'm just not going to bother. Better save it for better positions. I did have a look around the outside, turn 4 there. And just let them know that he's there. But I'm up into the points, P10 now. It's been a good start, making up 10 positions as well. And George Russell now is going to come round the outside turn 1 of Sergio Perez. He is up to P11 and will be chasing after us to try and get that point. We've got Lance Stroll up here as well. I'm going to have a go around the inside. Stroll tries to cut me off. I have to take a little bit of corner cutting there, but I mean, I've literally nowhere to go at that point. And now, Piastri's the one that doesn't have DRS. Stroll, look at his acceleration. There's room to make this overtake right down the inside. Hob the curb as well. And I think I've just got about the acceleration. Piastri's still there. Swoop round the outside of turn 5 and up to P8. That's a fantastic double overtake down the inside up to P8. Already had Stroll and then had to use a bit of manoeuvres to get in front of Piastri and up to P8 now as well. But already the top 7 stop finish is over. We need to finish P8 to limit the damage to Albon. Yeah, watch this. A little bit of DRS swapping to myself and Piastri won't go amiss. I'm able to use none, and look at this, around the outside turn 3, and then get that better exit as well. Though Piastri, I mean, even though I'm using none, he's going to have a go around the keep going. He's going to have a go round to turn 5. He's obviously used a bit of battery from turns 4 to 5 as well, but I forced him out. Keep P8 for now. Piastri's going to keep on coming though. Give him a little bit of space at turn 1 as well, and obviously this is going to be frustrating for Piastri. Frustrating though for George Russell to decide he's had enough of waiting. He's got to send it down the inside of Lance Stroll, and Russell is ahead of Stroll now. So we've got Russell up into the points again. That corner. Turn 10, turn 9 to 10, the AI seem to love that corner. So we've got Alex Albon. He's keeping Hamilton behind. I'd love Hamilton to get in front of Albon. I know it's not going to do anything for the rivalry, but I think that rivalry is lost. I'd much rather keep it better for the, for the championship. As again, Piastri's are going to turn 10. Nothing doing there, but these tyres are done. As well, and I'm going to be saved there by Russell now attacking Piastri. This is the time to pit in order to maintain my advantage. I'll have an undercut on the medium tyres as well. They of course will be onto their 10th lap of medium tyres, where I'll have fresh medium tyres. So yes, this is the chance to undercut them and come out still ahead in P8. I'm maintaining that P8. That's what this strategy is as well, to keep P8 as well. However,
cannot be serious.
that might cost P8. I'm not joking, because Russell and Piastri, they're in the much faster cars, and yes, I'm going to be on fresh tyres, but you know that is not going to help. As well as come out the pits in P and obviously in last place. But yeah, now when everyone starts to make their stops the following lap, Tsunoda comes out behind Bottas. Tsunoda did an undercut on the cars around him, so he's undercut Sergio Perez. He's stuck behind Bottas. Yeah, there's Stroll. So it is P10, but there's Russell, Piastri, and you know, I haven't got enough battery. I've been trying to, you know, use the battery, you know, to try and make sure that I can, you know, try and keep that position, and it's not worked out. And it's got worse, because there is Alex Albon. He's up to P4. Alonso's P3. The Ferraris have had a nightmare pit stop phase as well. As we're watching Piastri and Russell, these two are going to be squabbling. The only advantage that I can try and catch them is they squabble hard enough, go side by side through a corner, then it will help me out, possibly through turn 1, you know, as we saw previously. But yes, that is Tsunoda having a go at Stroll, and they're 3 wide. Perez is down the inside, even though he's got no front left end plate left. Perez has got in front of Stroll, and now is he going to be out? And he's got in front of Tsunoda as well. That's not fortunate for the Tsunoda there as well. And that's Russell making a clean overtake around the outside. They need to go side by side through that corner. You can see them losing any time to Sainz. To be fair to me, I'm not too far behind, but I don't have the overwhelming pace to make it, you know, to make that overtake. And now Ocon's going past Sonoda as well. So yes, any chance of getting a double point score is well and truly over. As well as Piastri has a go, so it's not Piastri, it's Perez having a go, being overtaken by Esteban Ocon. So that's freed up Ocon. It's also freed up Bottas as well to have a go at me, as my tyre start to go off lap 20 onto 21. He had to go there at turn 10, not doing anything now. Up to turn 3, he has DRS. Should get me DRS around the outside of Bottas. I mean, to be fair, this car isn't much faster. I'm hanging on for P10 now. One solitary point. You know, this could be the crucial between 7th and 8th in the championship. And lap 23 there, there's apparently Bottas got front wing damage from this, but I mean, I don't see any contact there as well. But anyway, it doesn't really matter because Bottas recharged his battery and is closing me down once again. Look at my rear tyres, 30% as well, so they're not that good. Through the final corner though, I saved enough battery up to the line, P10. If it wasn't for that pit stop, I'm sure I would have been in front of Russell and Piastri. It wouldn't be by much, but it would have been enough that I've been able to have had either DRS on them or been able to keep in front as I was doing. But yes, nevertheless, 2 points throughout the weekend. You know, we've got to take every little helps. But Albon getting P4, yeah, that is damaging. You know, a great drive from my former teammate. I mean, top 10. You know, this is the flashes of Albon that we saw in season 1. He hasn't really shown that so much so far in season 2 until now. So Noda P14. I think the pit stop helped him there. Magnussen apparently DNF'd even though he crossed the line as well. Him and Hulkenberg and Porsche really struggling for pace there at the back, and you know, Verstappen in the end was in the light years of his own. Fair play to Norris though, only 3.5 seconds behind P2, but he's way behind in the championship now. Verstappen 61 points in front as well. I'm now behind Albon in the championship, and that point that Porsche picked up in Australia means that is enough to put Williams in front of ourselves, Toro Rosso. So that is not good. Got to go back to the drawing board. A few more upgrades I think needed for the next race. And we got another ratings rival. I'm hoping this one actually works, because the one that we had against Joe was supposed to increase to 81, but same rating 79, but I mean didn't manage to do that. So yeah, good healthy bonus in the ratings as well. Pace is up to 77 as well, so enough good amount, and I've gained a percentage of recognition as well. I think if we get, I think the those two aero upgrades were locked at 60% recognition. So that is, you know, keen to push that. That is probably the target to get those on sooner rather than later. Strategists as well. All of them good, although most of them are level 3 as well, which apparently there's only 3 levels, which, you know, shouldn't be really attaining that in season 2, but there we go. So yes, the next race will be out next week. That is the British Grand Prix as well. Back to normal, no sprint race there as well. So, you know, Silverstone will be the, you know, that hopefully should be a better track for us, because our car's not good in a straight line. As we saw in Monaco, you know, we're able to use that to our advantage and get P8. So I'm hoping for some better results. And obviously from Hungary we're going to have some more upgrades on, and then there's a bit of a gap to Belgium, and then a bigger gap to Italy. That gap between Belgium and Italy, we need. I'm hoping we can get at least 3 R&D upgrades and majors on as well. That will transform this season, you know, from being skirting around the outside the top 10 to betting both myself and Tsunoda firmly inside the top 10, possibly as close to where Aston Martin are on the R&D chart. That would be nice. But yes, that's where I'm going to leave it today. So if you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and you see plenty more F124 career videos as when they come out. Until next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.